Hello, guys. It is Coach T. I want to talk to you about stress. Okay, so this month we are focusing on stress management different. As some of you may know, it is Stress Awareness Month. And so the way that I want to bring awareness to your stress is by making sure that you are taking the actions that you need to in order to cultivate a better environment for whatever potential stresses you may have. Okay. And so, so this month, while focusing on stress, we're going to also focus on action. Okay. So the first step in that is a stress assessment. And so that's what we're going to be talking about tonight. Give me just a moment, and I am going to share my screen and we'll get at it. One moment. Okay. All right. So y'all let me know if you can see my screen. Okay. Okay. All right, great. Okay. So, all right, just like I said, we're going to be deep diving on your stress assessment, right? So that we can continue to elevate your growth. We want you to 10x, 100,000 trillion X your abilities to move forward in this life. And that is just getting beyond your limits and a lot of the self limits that we give ourselves so that we can truly flourish. Okay. And this is when we're evaluating all of the things. Okay. Because we all know if we do not feel like doing something, we're not going to do it. So it's important to actually take the time to evaluate the actual things that you do and the actual people that you are around. Okay. So these are the areas in your life that could cause you stress. Now, this is not an exclusive list. Okay. But I see the areas in your life that could cause you stress as also the areas in your life for massive growth opportunities. Okay. And when I say massive growth opportunities, I mean by way of massive action, just getting stuff done. Okay. Going like your hair is on fire. You get that? In the military, we used to say, move about a military manner, have a purpose about yourself, move about a purpose. And it's the same thing here, right? When you've got a cadence to yourself, because you got a purpose, you've got your mission, you know exactly what you're doing. So even if you fall off in one area, your objective is to still continue to move forward. And so you still have that pace, right? Or a pace, okay? Even if you have to slow down in your cadence, okay? It also means stopping at nothing until your mission is complete, okay? Nothing is better than done in this case, okay? And that's when we stop. That's when it is done, which means executing the actions in order to get you there, right? That's what this is about. So let's get into it. All right, so the first one we're going to talk about is work-life balance. Okay, so what I want you to do is evaluate your stress in your work-life balance. Okay. All right, so when you're doing this, I really want you to ask yourself what areas of your life or your work or your work-life balance could be causing you stress or is causing you stress. Okay. And so, and then more importantly, once you've done that, what adjustments can you make to reduce the stress that comes from that? Right? What adjustments do you need to make to have more money in your, to have more time, okay, so that you can make more money. Okay, what adjustments do you need to make? That's the first one. The second one is financial health. Okay, I want you to really evaluate your financial health. What financial stressors do I have? Let's actually create a plan to address that, right? If you're strapped for cash or something like that, then these things may be stressing you. And if it's stressing you, it's showing up in all other areas of your life. And so we've got to create a plan. Is it to get another job? Is it to get a side hustle? Is it to increase your rates? Is it to create VIP days or something that you need to do in order to grab cash fast? where you're just pouring out your knowledge? Okay, what is it that's going to help you to move forward in the things that's causing you financial stress? Right? If it is, I don't think I have enough money saved for your retirement, then baby, you the retirement plan. Let's get at it, right? This is your business. This is who you are. Okay. All right. The next one is physical health. Oh, before we go to that, did you see the questions there? What are 10 things you can do this month to make more money? Okay. What's the first financial obligation you're going to tackle? Because I know we got a lot of them, right? But if we just focus on, baby steps and just what's the first one, then we can really make some traction and start to feel better and eliminate or at least mitigate some of the stress that we're allowing ourselves. Okay. Physical health. Okay. Physical health has a huge impact on your overall stress levels. Okay. Physical movement and also the right type of nourishment, right? The right type of nutrition. Those two things are key, right? If your physical health and movement is the peanut butter, then baby, listen, your nourishment and nutrition is the jelly. And both of them, that sandwich is the key to living a healthy life, a long life, and a life that helps you to fuel into fueling others. Okay. You've got to take care of your body so that you can go out and take care of others. Okay. So when evaluating your physical health, you want to make sure that you're asking yourself, right? Because we need to know this. If you're not exercising regularly, then there's a big chance, a huge chance that you are not taking part of one of the biggest things that can help you to reduce stress and anxiety, which is movement, which is exercise. Okay. So exercise at least 3 times a week. Make sure you're asking yourself that question, right? Making sure that you're making more healthy nutrition habits. Okay. Let's talk about mental health because that's a big one. For me, myself, if you thrive with PTSD or anything else, right? Anxiety, any other mental health challenges, right? Then this can have an additional impact on the stress levels that you have, okay? Especially as they rise. If your stress levels rise, then there's a good chance that all of this other stuff, your stress, your anxiety, and all these other feelings will also rise, okay? And so your mental health is extremely important during this time. Okay, so you've got to make sure that you're paying attention to that. Do you have a close family member or a friend or anything like that that could be stressing you or affecting your stress levels? You've got to start to be real. You can't, there's no more excuses. You're the adult here. So there's no more excuse of, but it's my family member. You fill in the blank, right? Even all the way up to the highest of the tree here, you have to create boundaries so that you can take care of yourself, right? And then you've got to truly assess, right? In this assessment, what resources or support do I need to help me through this, right? Because some of those boundaries that you create as a result of things or people that are creating stress could be stressful for you in and of itself. And you may require some guidance in that. That's okay too. Okay. Number 5 is relationships. Okay. Relationships. Okay, so if you have a relationship, right, and all of us do, anyone in this world does, and everyone on this call does, okay? Relationships have a huge tug on our stress levels, okay? And so what relationships do you need to evaluate? Because we know that they do, right? And so you have the relationships that are closest to you, you have relationships that are right next to that, and then you have the relationships that you want to cultivate or that are very important to you. What will you specifically do about those relationships, right? The things that cause you stress, what will you specifically do about it so that you can continue to grow? Okay. What boundaries will you specifically and effectively communicate and put in place so that you can minimize your stress in life? Okay. You've got to recognize that you can put things in place right now. Here's one, right? Allow your friends or family or your kids to help you with dinner. Rotate that responsibility so that you can minimize your stress. Okay. Another one is let someone else cook, right? Let someone else cook. Go buy dinner. Have someone else in the family take care of or be responsible for buying dinner. Give that debit card, whatever you've got to do. Okay. Time management. Okay. So time management is truly, you want to make sure you're practicing prioritizing tasks and managing your time more, so that you can effectively manage stress, right? This is a big, big, big one. Okay. And so I've actually got a 1 hour training on how to manage your calendar and your time better. And I'll make sure that you get it in this training. But it is something that will truly help you because when you are aware of the things that require your time, then you're not stressed trying to remember it all in your head, or you're not stressed about maybe even having someone else to ask you, hey, what you're doing Thursday at 3, and the stress of not knowing because it's all in your head, not on your calendar. We're looking to eliminate that, right? To eliminate that stress. Okay. And so here's some guiding questions for you. Am I taking my time seriously? Right? Are my most important actions scheduled on my calendar? Are they? Okay. Am I setting and communicating them? Right? You've got to make sure that you are doing these things. Okay. All right. All right. Here's number 7, guys. Self-care. Okay. So what self-care practices can you do to help you to manage, reduce your stress, promote well-being, all kinds of things, right? And it doesn't have to be long, it doesn't have to be drawn out. It could definitely be something that is just simply sitting in your seat while doing it. But sometimes we do want to get up too, right? What activities do you perform right now to ensure that you're practicing self-care every single day? And if you're not intentional about it, then forgive yourself and start to be intentional about it today. Throw it on that calendar, right? Okay. How often are you doing those activities that bring you joy? Right? Make a list of the things that bring you joy and do more of that. Right? You owe it to yourself to sprinkle joy in every single part of your day, especially in your self-care practices, because that's how you fuel you so you can go out and fuel others. Okay. Number 8 is your sleep habits. Okay, your sleep habits, guys. All right. You want to make sure you're identifying the sleep patterns and the things that literally help your sleep to improve, right? Your sleep quality to improve. And so sometimes that may be something as simple as, am I sleeping enough? No? Okay. What affects my sleep? Am I going to sleep too late, too early? What am I doing, right? What can I do to increase the quality of sleep? Sometimes we get all caught up in the, oh my gosh, I'm not sleeping. Oh my gosh, that we're not remembering that we're the person that is also the action taker, that is the person that is supposed to go and create action so that we can move forward towards sleeping. Okay. And so that could be something just to start out, like, okay, I'm not going to eat after 8 p.m., no alcohol after a certain time, right? I'm going to, whatever time I'm going to bed, an hour before that, no electronics, not even my phone. I'm going to read a book, but pray, I'm going to write, I'm going to read, all kinds of stuff. I'm going to share, going to spend time with my family. And so what kinds of habits can you do, can you create, right? What kind of actions can you put into place that will help you to increase the quality of your sleep, right? Maybe if you were exercising in the mornings, maybe you need to start exercising in the evenings, and that shit'll knock you out, right? I don't know. But you've got to play around with stuff and be willing to. That's the action part of it, instead of, oh my God, I'm not sleeping. Okay, I'm done with that, but you get the point. Okay. Here's number 9. Your work environment. Whether you are an entrepreneur, you're still in corporate, a mixture of both, it doesn't matter. Okay. Your work environment, okay, who or what in your home, your life, your business, right? All of these environments, right? Who is in that environment matters, okay? And these people could, or things, or what have you, could be causing you stress unawares, right? If you come every day into your office from home, but then you're getting a knock on the door by the kids every 5 minutes and things like that, or you can hear them right outside, or the TV's blaring outside and things like that, your work environment may be causing you stress because you can't really concentrate if you hear the kids, even if they're being supervised by someone else, right? Or if your work environment, you've not established standards that allows, that says that my phone can't come into this environment, until it's time for my break, right? Pomodoro method or anything like that, that keeps you away from the things that distract you. Okay. And so what will you do, right? That's the question. What will you do this week about your current environment? Take a stress assessment about that. Breathe that in, look through, close your eyes and truly look through your work environment and ask yourself what's causing you stress. Do you need a window when you got a wall, right? Do you need to put some greenery on the walls? Do you need to like what is it, right? We need to make sure that you're able to create $1 million decisions and not $20 decisions. That means that your work environment has to be conducive to what makes you happy, brings you joy, and makes you feel fierce. All right, fierce. That's important. Okay. And so here's number 10. Okay. Coping mechanisms. Okay. You've got to make sure that you are creating strategies and things before you need them. Okay. Before you need them, not after. Okay. Because by that time, I mean, so listen, to be fair, if you've experienced one, and you're on the other side of it, then that's a really good time too, because that's now before you need it the next time. And you've got plenty of evidence and experience on exactly how to do that. Okay. But why get there? Why get there? Okay. You want to make sure that the things that stress you most, you do the things you know exactly how you're going to respond to that before you need to respond to that. That is important. Okay, you need to assess those strategies and have them in your purse, have them in your back pocket, have them in your head, right? So you go right to it. Okay. And so that means that you've got to actually use your prefrontal cortex to plan for things that cause you stress and decide how you're going to handle it. Okay. All before it causes you stress. All right. Okay. So listen, breath work is a really, really good one. And Coach Shannon has a really, really good 4-7-8 breath work technique. I'll make sure I add that into the PDF as well. But I want to make sure that you know that all the things that you do to make sure that you are taking care of yourself is most important. All right. Is most important. And so those are the things that are going to help you to create the actions, right? Because if we don't feel good, we're not going to do, okay? And we want you to do. We want you to do, all right? And so in order for you to do, you've got to make sure that you're creating habits that allow you to feel that you can go out and do things, okay? All right, so hopefully you've got a lot from that, guys. Thank you so much. And boop, 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 boop. All right, guys, I'll talk to you later.